previously on Bang Let's Get It. We dropped 15 plays. They went 8 and 7. I don't know if you missed the 3-pick entry of the sharp player that I posted on YouTube, but there's some disappointing losses in there. Anyway, the overall with 36 and 29, we're hitting these bitches at 55% of the time. Bang, let's get it. I got a ton of sharp plays, ton of trending plays. I wanted to look at the sharp plays first because I'm right here on Price Picks with it. I'm going to hit refresh, and I know some of these are going to leave. But as you can see here, we have some MLB plays that we can get down with and some some golf plays. But for now, I'm doing Alan Roden. I'm doing Alan Roden to get a hit run on RBI. And then Spencer Arrighetti to go under 5Ks. And then Matthew Liberatore under 4Ks. I'm going to leave that there because the rest of the plays that I have short, hopefully those don't get bumped by the time I finish recording. Bang, let's get it. I got Nick Costalano to go over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs, hitting at 80% over the last 10 games. Philly faces the Orioles, and they got Trevor Rogers on the mound versus Nick Costalano. That's 9 at-bats. He's batting .444. Take the over. Yo, Raffy Devers, be careful here. He could go yard on you. The under 1.5 hit runs and RBIs hitting at 80% of the time over the last 10 games. However, hold on, that one ain't right. However, he just went off in 2 of the last 3 games, so be careful if you will. San Francisco faces off against Pittsburgh. I think that's Haney on the mound versus Raffy. 11 at-bats. He's batting 182. What you want to do? I'm taking the under. Yo, I got Jake Madden. 1.5 hit runs and RBI. The under's hitting at 80% of the time over the last 10 games. He went off yesterday. The under's minus 110 on Hard Rock. I think I like the under. Matter of fact, I damn right I like the under. Just because he went off yesterday. I got Jake Magnum to go under. Tampa Bay versus the Angels. I think that's Anderson on the mound. No data versus that boy Jake. Bang, let's get it. You know James Wood going under 1.5 hit runs and RBI. 80% over the last 10 games. I think I'm 3-1 versus James Wood. He only got off for me that once. Maybe I missed him a time or two. But the under's 120 on Hard Rock. Washington faces off against Oakland. That's Jay Springs on the mound. No data versus James Wood. I'm taking the under, bitch. Let's get it. I got Alex Call. 1.5 hit runs and RBI. It's hitting at 80% over the last 10 games. The Dodgers versus the Cards, and they got Liberatore on the mound. I just showed you Liberatore got a sharp play over there on Daily Ground Fantasy. But versus Alex Call, no play. No history. I'm taking the under. 1.5 hit runs and RBI. Hitting at 80% of the time. Bang, let's get it. Yo, Ben Rice. There's another one. I told you, Eugenio Suarez yesterday. I was like, don't take the under. He went yard. I feel the same way about Ben Rice here. But the under 1.5 hit runs and RBIs hitting at 80% of the time. I'm not saying I'm not going to take it. I'm just saying don't be mad if you hit a home run on your ass. Bang, let's get it. Yo, Robbie Ray strikeout line is at 6.5. I'm taking the under here. Over the last 10 outings, his strike under 6.5 is hitting at 80% of the time. He's only had 7 strikeouts twice. I expect him to get 6 Ks. The under is minus 120. And he's versus Pittsburgh. Versus Pittsburgh, how many games? 2 games played versus Pittsburgh. 1 this season. Both from this season, he had 8 Ks and 5 Ks. I'm running with the trend, and I'm going to take Robbie Ray to go under 6.5 strikeouts. And then I got Trevor Rogers, earned runs allowed. Trevor Rogers is not giving up 3 earned runs. However, versus Philly in 2 games played, both last season, he gave up 3 and 4. However, those were a very, very long time ago. I like Trevor Rogers not to give up 2.5 earned runs, or 3, if you will. Yo, Dustin May is over 1.5 walks. He has gone over 1.5 walks in 8 of his last 10 games. And not only just 1.5 walks, he got 4 games over the last 10 where he has multiple walks. I like Dustin May to go over here. The over is minus 105 to go over 1.5 walks. Bang, let's get it. Who's next? How long is this video? Yo, Kelsey Plum, assist line is at 5.5. I'm taking the over. She's hit it in 6 straight, 80% over the last 10. And then versus UConn, I always say that, versus Connecticut, there's multiple games from this season. These 2 games this season, anyway, in the last game, she had 6 assists. I think Kelsey Plum goes over 5.5 assists. Why did I go all the way back? Bang, let's get it. Next, I got Azura Stevens points at 13.5. I like the over here. Man, Sophie Cunningham disappointed the fuck out of me yesterday. Anyway, Azura Stevens to go over 13.5 points. She's hitting this over 80% of the time over the last 10 games. And this is LA versus Connecticut. Let's see. 5 games played. Last 2 games, she did go over. 13.5 points. I like that to continue. Bang, let's get it. Where am I? Did I go over this? Yes, I showed you that. Go back to the main screen, go to Daily Ground Fantasy, and see if anything has changed. I hit refresh on the price pick joint. No. Let's go to Dabble. Yo, make sure you're following on Dabble. You get one click copy. I might drop a long shot on that bitch. Even though, let me hit the data points. I don't know if we have anything extremely valuable right now. I saw earlier, as soon as I jumped on to try to get down on prize picks, Carlos Rodon, his under strikeouts was live or sharp. These plays are not horrible, but these need to go on the 5-pick or 6-pick flex play. And I might do that on the front. So make sure you're following on Dabble. Those first time users, you get $10 free if you use code RICO. Bang, let's get it. Those are all the plays. I think that'll do it. I'm really Rico. You already know. Let's get this dough, bro. Peace. I'm out.